This is the 2022 Magnitude RS36, one of two new Magnitude floor plans released this model year, both of which are built on Ford's brand new 4x4 F600 chassis. This is the first time the F600 has made its way into the RV market, as it was first debuted by Ford in 2020. The F600 is a Class 6 truck with a GVWR of 22,000 pounds, but when you look at it, it is wrapped in a regular F550 body. So this offers a higher payload capability in a smaller package, which gives you a more maneuverable motorhome that can fit into a lot of tighter spaces, but still offer that heavy-duty capability that customers are looking for. A traditional Class 5 truck like the F550 has a GVWR of 19,500 pounds, while a Class 6 truck usually has a GVWR of 26,000 pounds. So the new F600 splits the difference and makes its own weight category. Starting up front, this is the F600 XLT package. It's powered by Ford's 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8 turbo diesel engine that lets out 330 horsepower and 825 pound-feet of torque. That was redesigned and is now in its third generation after the 2020 Ford model year and got some awesome upgrades. That's paired with Ford's 10-speed automatic torque shift transmission with selectable drive modes. This also comes standard with the Ford Advanced Safety Package, which includes lane departure warning and automatic emergency braking. Thor does add a custom body kit up front, which goes over the Ford bumper. The fog lights are integrated into that front bumper, and you have a nice aggressive look on the front of the cab. That front grille was redesigned in the 2020 Ford model year to maximize airflow, going to the redesigned turbocharger to maximize performance and fuel economy. There's paint protection on the front nose, also along the grab handle and the wing walls to protect the paint from any rock chips, dirt, debris. Up top, there is an automotive windshield that is automotively sealed to the front cap, lets a lot of natural light into the motorhome, gives a great viewing angle from the inside, but you also have a one-piece molded fiberglass front cap. That's one piece of fiberglass, eliminates many potential leak points you would have with a traditional Class C, gives a great look. And you also don't see that front cap when you're driving. When you're in the driver or passenger seat, normally in a Class C, you see that front cap hanging over. With this, you do not see it at all, which is why this is really a great driving motorhome. You have 19.5-inch wheels. They are aluminum wheels, so that helps with the rotation and eliminate road noise going up through the chassis. They are locking hubs, so when you throw it into four-wheel drive, you can throw it into lock. There is an auto feature. But the big difference on this F600 is you have a 22,000 pound chassis, so to handle the added weight, your wheels and your tires are 0.75 inches wider than they would be on the 550. So that's to handle the added load. You also get an upgraded front axle, upgraded suspension, brakes, more reinforcement in the frame rails behind the cab. Your U-joints are larger and heavier, so a lot of upgrades on this F600, and you don't notice any difference at all. It's a Class 6 truck wrapped in a Class 5 body, so it's really sharp. Now, getting in and out of the cab is really easy with the step to get in. There is an entry light, so when you unlock the doors, open the doors, you get the nice entry light. Your wing walls are fiberglass wing walls. They are curved, so that eliminates a lot of wind noise, but also creates more of an aerodynamic drive, helping to give you a better fuel economy. Your side view mirrors are power adjustable. You do have a manual towing mirror. Your blinkers integrated into the side view mirror, so that way the driver in the lane next to you will be able to see when you are switching lanes. They are manually fold in, so that way if you want to put it in storage, save yourself some space, fold them in. This is your Vermilion Cliffs full body paint. For the 2022 Thor model year, all the paint was completely redesigned. You get the Vermilion Cliffs, Granite Creek, and Chandler Blue. It's a Sickens automotive paint, which is a high-end paint, same as a lot of the high-end automobile manufacturers use. The nice thing with it is it never fully cures, so along the belt line of the motorhome, as the motorhome flexes driving down the road, the paint will flex with it and you will not get any stress cracks along that belt line. The construction is a steel floor, aluminum sidewalls, and aluminum truss roof, so it's a full metal cage insulated with a high-density block foam insulation, and your floors, sidewalls, and roof are vacuum bonded and laminated together. So it's a very, very well constructed motorhome. All the cutouts in the sidewall So your windows, storage compartments, those were pre-framed. So if you're looking at the exoskeleton of this motorhome, you would see where all of those windows and storage compartments would be, which is nice because you don't have to worry about water getting into the sidewalls. All your windows are going to be frameless windows. They look very sharp from the outside. You can have them open in the rain, but also the seals are protected because they're not exposed to the elements. You do have a very large awning. And I'm going to show you this awning here. I got one of the switch panels out, so I'm gonna hit the extend button, and it is a legless, carefree awning. So the nice thing with the legless, carefree awning is you don't have the legs that hang down the side. It's one touch it goes out, one touch it goes in. You don't have to hold it the whole time, so it's easier to set up and tear down. But you also get the motion sensor on the front, so if you get a large gust of wind and that awning starts to experience some movement up and down, it will retract back in automatically, which is really convenient. Just make sure you have the main power switch on. So good view of that awning. There is a light. You get a nice LED awning strip to light up the campsite. Now going to storage, your front storage area is a very large double door storage. It is pass-through, so large pass-through storage. If you got lawn chairs, paddles, fishing poles, you can fit it in nice and easy. It is rotocast plastic, so that way if you're out hiking all day, you got muddy boots, you can throw it in here at the end of your trip, clean it out, get a garden hose, you can wash this entire storage area out. You will not get any mold, mildew, or rust. There's drain holes in all the storage compartments, so you can wash it, drain it, clean it, easy. No mold, makes life a little simpler. Your inverter is located right here. It's an 1800 watt pure sine wave Xantrax inverter. So that powers the refrigerator on the inside, the outside kitchen, and a lot of other outlets on the interior. The nice thing is through your control panel on the inside, one touch, your cargo lights are on. You don't have to come out here and try to find the light switch. Turn it on, all your lights go on, and they are on a timer, so they will shut off automatically. Your baggage doors are all side hinged and slam latch, so very easy open and close. You don't have the little hinges. It's very simple. Also, since they are side hinged, it's easy to get items in and out. Your side view camera is located right here. Got your entry door. You do have your grab handle. And anything that's mounted into the sidewall, like your cabinetry on the interior, your grab handle, that's mounted into EGS steel strapping, electro-galvanized steel that's inside the sidewall and lines out the area wherever anything is being mounted in place. So that's actually backed by steel. The entertainment center was redesigned in the 2022 model year. So this TV, it's a 32-inch flat panel TV. It is mounted on a swivel, but the sound bar is now connected to the bottom of the TV. So that way, as you swivel the TV, the sound travels with it much better. It does have a lot of different connections to it. That is magnetically backed. Right down here, this is gonna be your propane tank, 68.2 pounds of propane. It does have a manual shutoff valve, and you can fill it up at any residential propane filling station. You have the motor for your leveling system. It's a hydraulic leveling system. There's 4 jacks on each corner of the motorhome. Really easy to figure out and very accessible. 110 outlet located right here if you want to charge your phone or add an outside appliance. Your back tires and wheels, you do have a valve stem extender for the inside tire. So easy to monitor the tire pressure and add air to the inside tire. Storage compartment on the back here. Again, pass-through storage. It's always rare to have pass-through storage, and now the first 2 storage compartments we found on the passenger side are fully passed through. It's gonna be your furnace right here. Even the furnace outlet is painted, which is nice to have. It blends the paint together. That outlet does get hot when the furnace is on. Now with this not having a bed slide, Thor added an outside kitchen. So you do have a mini fridge that is inverted. You have a stainless steel bowl sink and finished cabinetry. So nice cabinetry for some extra storage. You have 110 outlet there, 2 110 outlets, 4 plugs total. Storage underneath here. The nice thing how this works, it's actually plumbed. So as the bowl fills up with water, you hit the pump right here and it shoots the water up and into your gray tank. Now if you have a gas grill, you can have a really awesome setup up here. You have an LP quick connect that goes directly to your propane tank. So if you got your own favorite grill, you can plug it in here, go straight to your LP tank. You've got your mini fridge, you got a sink, you get the awning out, got the TV set up. You can have a really cool setup back here. Your potable water, this is the freshwater fill. It's a gravity fill, so you don't need pressurized water. All you need is a 5-gallon bucket and a funnel, and you can get water in a pinch. On the back side, you have a one-piece molded fiberglass back cap that's gonna complement the front cap. That gives you a really sharp look for whoever is driving behind you, but it also protects the back wall of the motorhome. You can see your bedroom window. There is a rear view camera mounted up top, a roof ladder going all the way up to the roof so you can do your maintenance on the roof. It is a fully walkable roof because it is aluminum trussed 15 inches off the center. So fully walkable. It's a one-piece roof material, non-porous, UV resistant, secured along the edges of the motorhome, not up top. So it's a seamless roof. And Thor uses a self-leveling lap sealant to seal up all the cutouts in the roof. So if you ever, twice a year, get up there, if the sealant is dried, cracked, or peeling, scrape it off, clean the area, add new sealant, boom. This also comes standard with a 100-watt solar panel already coming from the factory. So that solar panel is already charging the house battery. That's just gonna top off your batteries. Right down here, the biggest thing about this motorhome with the F600 is that 12,000 pound hitch. So here you can see it right here, the 12,000 pound hitch with a 1,200 pound tongue rating. And you do have the 7-pin connection located right on the backside. And you do have the lights for your license plate. You got your reverse lights, nice brakes, really sharp look on the backside. Going to the driver's side now, as we wrap around, you're gonna see a nice storage space. You're gonna see your power cord right here. You do have an automatic transfer switch, so when you're done being plugged in, you can just store it away nice and easy. It is 50 amp service because you do have dual ACs, cable connection. Now with the fuel tanks, there are 2 fuel tanks. They're set up at Ford, so 28 gallons in the front, 40 gallons in the rear. You fill each one up individually, but nothing you need to worry about in terms of driving. When you're driving, it's gonna cycle through the tanks as it needs. You don't have to switch anything over. It's done automatically. 28 gallons in the front, 40 gallons in the rear, normal diesel fuel. More storage right here. The other side of that pass-through storage. Then this box right here, that's the controller for your slide out. So your Schwintek electric slide. If for any reason you're out in the middle of the desert, stranded, you got the slide stuck in the out position, you can't get the slide in, all you need to do is come to this box right here. It's always located underneath the slide. If it's a bed slide, it's located underneath the bed. These 2 white plugs that look like Ethernet cables, each one corresponds with a motor on each side of the slide. So you just pull out that plug, each plug, and then you can push the slide in manually. And then once it's in, re-plug it back in, get on the road and go. So that way, if there ever is an issue with the slide, you at least have the ability to get it in and get home and take it to your local service center. I'll give you a look at the driver's side here. You got the 2 windows for the bunks. Nice aggressive paint scheme here. Your city water connection, that's where you connect to the pressurized water at the campsite. So always nice to have. You do have the grit filter. Always nice to have a double door dump station. Gives you a lot of room, a lot of area to kind of have some elbow room. And how this works and how it's set up, you have the swivel hose. So swivel it up when you're driving. When you want to dump your tanks, remove the cap right here, swivel down the hose, take off the lid, hook up your sewer hose. You got a black knife valve and a gray knife valve. Black's for your sewage, gray is for your wastewater. Pull the black, let it drain. After it's done draining, pull the gray, let that drain. And then once that's fully done, you can swivel the hose up so that way you don't get any drippage. Put the cap back on, screw it into place. And you have an outside shower right here. Why would I have an outside shower in my sewage compartment? It is so that nasty sewer hose you just dumped all your tanks with, you can wash that off, turn on the hot water, clean off that sewer hose, and put it in storage right there. Makes it nice and easy. No one wants that stinky slinky. This right here is going to be your black tank flush. Your black tank flush, that's where you hook up a garden hose, and that's going to clean off the interior walls of your black tank, so that way the sensors always read properly after you dump it. This is going to be your front tank fill, 28 gallons. Remember though, that is red on the instrument panel, the LED instrument panel. You'll be able to see your front and rear fuel levels. Your water heater is a 3rd generation Girard tankless on-demand water heater. So it's 80% more efficient, and it's only propane. So this is a propane water heater. And how this works, you have an on-off switch right here. When you are camping, turn it on, and then you set the temperature through the controller in the bathroom. But great system. Thor's been using that for years now. What powers the motorhome, what powers this beast, I should say, is the Cummins Onan Quiet Diesel 6,000 watt generator. Now that powers the entire motorhome, powers your appliances, chargers, your batteries, does all the work for you. So you are completely self-contained in this bad boy. The nice thing with this is it runs off the Ford fuel tank, so you don't have to fill this generator up individually, which is really nice. Always want to run your generator monthly, and run your generator when you're driving down the road. Do it all the time. Cool down the coach, have the ACs running, very convenient. Your DEF fill is located right there, so that's where you fill in the DEF fluid. Also, you're going to have a manual toggle switch for your generator, so that way if you just want to turn it on out here, very easy. Then we got more storage, more pass-through storage. And just to show you how easy it is again to close these baggage doors, so simple. On the driver's side here, wow, weather's really taking a turn. It was beautiful when I got here. Now it's, gotta love Indiana weather. Now, driver's side, very exciting. I gotta say, keyless entry. Got keyless entry going into the cab, so you don't even need your keys to get in. Still have the step up, the entry light. And as we go inside the cab, what you're gonna notice, get a good look at that earth gray interior. That is sharp. I will say that is very, very sharp. So it's the gray paneling, black leather. On the door, you have driver passenger windows, your mirror adjustments, your locks. The driver's seat is power adjustable, front, back, up, down. You do have lumbar support, powered lumbar support. The back is manual. So you got to manually bring that back, forward and back. The passenger seat's fully manual. All-weather floor liners, power adjustable pedals, automatic headlights, your emergency start, and your fog light. All right, time to get to the fun stuff. Let's talk about the interior of the cab here. Before we get started, Ford does give you a flip-up key. So let's get this motor started. Very quiet startup for a diesel-powered motorhome. That 6.7 is very quiet. Even when it's idling, you don't notice it when you're inside the motorhome. What makes this so popular and what Magnitude owners will say if you talk to them, there's no motorhome that is as comfortable to drive than this. It's no different on the interior of this than any Ford F-Series truck. So you get a ton of legroom. The amount of legroom in here, there's nothing like it in the motorhome market. A traditional Class C does not have this amount of legroom. Also, just to kind of add on to that, the Ford F-Series truck's the #1 selling vehicle in North America year after year. So there's a reason for that. So it's nice to have the same setup inside here. And this is a new look on the interior of the cab. This is Ford's earth gray interior color. So previously there was a brown interior paneling, and Ford went away with that, and we now have the earth gray, which is a really sharp look. So gray paneling with the black leather on the doors. Now all of the awesome features inside here, you do have the Ford Sync 3. So you have Ford's navigation. This is really one of my favorite infotainment centers that come from OEM. So you have your Ford Maps, you have audio, phone, navigation, other Ford apps that you can navigate through. And it's all touchscreen, just like your smartphone, but you can connect your phone by Bluetooth, so you can make a call very easily, all hands free. You can plug in your phone because you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So if you have Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, very easily just let that operate. And since this is Ford's OEM system, it is so quick and so responsive. It's nice to have this system. Like I said, it's my favorite OEM infotainment system. And adding on to that, if you want to go hands-free, that button right on the right side of the steering wheel with the face that has the voice icon, that's how you can activate Siri in your phone. You hit that, Siri pops up, you can say, play this song, make this call, take me to this place, and it goes through GPS in your phone, pulls up your music, pulls up your calls, You don't even have to take your hands off the steering wheel. You got make a call, end a call, mute your call. You got your volume and your tuner. On the left side here, your cruise control functions. And then the arrows and the OK key on the left side of the steering wheel, that's how you navigate the instrument panel. But it's a nice, very comfortable steering wheel because I like to drive holding this area. So really easy to hold on to. Ford uses the shift on the fly. So this is how you cycle through the four-wheel drive settings. You got two-wheel high, four-wheel low. Ford brake controller already set up. USB and micro USB, 12-volt outlet. The climate control is located right here, and it's really nice because on these Super Duty cabs, they make the controls very large, so it's really easy to grab. You don't even have to take your eyes off the road. Volume controls, tuner controls, and then back up to the infotainment screen. That button on the left there, that is the Ford engine brake. So that's how you slow down the chassis regardless of road grade or vehicle load. So that creates back pressure through the turbocharger and slows the vehicle down without having to use the brakes. So that saves your brakes if you're going down a steep mountain, towing something behind you, you're not riding your brakes the entire time. And it has two settings, on and automatic. You got your traction control, hazard lights, and then the lane departure warning. 12 volt and 110. Then nice storage for the glove box. Instead of having a rear view mirror, Thor replaces it with a LED monitor that's connected with your side view and rear view cameras. So whenever you turn your blinker, your side view cameras are displayed right here, and it's always showing whatever is behind you through your rear view camera, which makes switching lanes very easy because you can see the cars behind you. And whenever you pop in reverse, you will get one-way audio. So your spotter behind you, you'll be able to hear them telling you to keep coming, and stop. So very convenient to have, and it cycles through as you hit the blinkers and pop in reverse, and you can adjust the volume really easily. Up top here, you do have the auxiliary switches if you want to tie into Ford switches and have a strobe, a winch, other aftermarket items. And then these circles you see right here, those are those sensors for the internal alarm system. So whenever you take the keys out, pull them out, it's going to ask you on the front dash, do you want all sensors or perimeter sensing? So as right here you see, it's asking all sensors, perimeter sensing. All sensors activates those sensors. And if you have the chassis locked and someone breaks into your motorhome and walks through it, that's going to pick up the movement and set off the alarm. So it's a nice internal alarm system. But whenever you pull out the key, you got to turn off those alarms, just hit perimeter sensing, and it deactivates those internal alarms, and that way you don't have the alarm go off on yourself. It's really convenient with the instrument panel. You can hit display mode. You can see both fuel tank levels, your speedometer, engine hours, transmission temperature, your lane keeping system, engine air monitor, oil life, depth gauge. Actually gives you a range for your depth gauge, distance to empty. You can also navigate through your fuel economy, towing, off-road settings, go to settings itself. So really easy. And you do have a normal, empty, full in the top. And you can see your turbo, all that jazz. Shifting through the different drive modes, you can see normal, tow haul, eco, slippery, deep snow, sand. Now that we're inside, let's go through the interior of the RS36. First thing that always catches my eye whenever I walk into a Magnitude is the overhead bunk. It is one of the largest and lowest overhead bunks in the industry, so very easy to get in and out. But whether you have a few kids or a taller guest, there's a lot of room up here. You can sit up and still not hit your head, and you have that large overhead windshield. So that way, if you're at a cool campsite, want to watch the kids, want to see whatever it is going on in front of you, you have that viewing angle, lets in a lot of natural light. And you have the window on the side there, so that way you can open it and you can have some fresh air come in, or just want some more view. But if you don't want to watch the stars at night and you want some more privacy, all you have to do is go over to the multiplex panel or the switch panel by the entryway, and it is an electric shade, and you can close it, and it will go all the way shut, and it will open all the way back up. Talking a little more about privacy, so you have the privacy shade on the front windshield. There is a blackout curtain on the side window, and then there is a curtain for the bunk, so whoever is sleeping up here can get some privacy. And there is a vent right up above. Your TV for the main living area is mounted on this swivel right here. When you're driving, you can lock it into place. When you want it out, you can swivel it all the way out. So that way you can get a good viewing angle inside the motorhome when you're watching TV. Everyone can get a good field of view. And then when you are ready to get back on the road and go, swivel it back and you can just lock it into place. That way you don't have it swinging out when you take a turn. Talking about ease of access into the cab. So this piece of the bunk is fully removable. The whole thing comes off. Now before we jump to the layout, I want to go over the cabinetry. So the cabinetry on the Magnitude, this is going to be your dark wood. This is the Regatta. You also have the lighter wood, which is the Sanibel, which is going to be a lighter shade, but it's all solid wood. So the cabinets and the faces are all solid wood, and you have nice storage up above here. This is above your entry door, but deep storage inside. If you look at the cabinets right here, no center styling in between the two cabinet doors, so that way if you have larger items, you get them in much easier. They close nice and secure as well, but large space for storage inside. And I'll show you the cabinetry on the other side there. 4 cabinets. Great for more pantry space, or if you just have some larger items you want to store away and secure in place. Great storage. And then now going to the living situation up front, you have a booth dinette as well with theater seating or the optional sleeper sofa. So this model right here comes standard with theater seating. So you get 2 theater seats, each with a seat belt, and you have 2 cup holders in between, and then this back comes up so that way if you want to store your remotes or other goodies, you can put it all in right there. If you go with the sleeper sofa is going to have 3 seat belts because you get an added seat. Now behind the theater seats, you do have a very large window, and you have 2 windows that open up awning style, so they open out. You can even have them open in the rain, but you do get the sun curtain, and you have the blackout curtain. It is a slow riser, so it goes up nice and easy, just like that. The decor you're seeing right here, this is the black diamond decor. There's 3 decor options: black diamond, waterfall, and vanilla twilight. Vanilla twilight is going to come with a slightly tanner furniture styling. Going across to see your dinette. So this is the main eating area. If you're working from the motorhome, this is where you set up your laptop. It's where I usually do my work on the road, all right here, but very comfortable. Seats 4 easily. It's got 2 seat belts on each side. So total of seat belts, you can either go with 6 or 7 total seat belts. Now, if you want to make this into a sleeping space, that tabletop does drop down. There's the latch underneath that you unlatch, and then the table drops and you put the backrest on top of the tabletop. Underneath each seat. So nice to have all the extra storage space. Underneath here, you do have a 110 outlet, so that's where I usually plug in my laptop. Because right now I have the generator going, ACs are on, so fully powered right now. And even the trim, one thing I got to point out, the trim around the slide out, that is solid wood as well. All that, the Regatta and Sanibel cabinetry, that was new in the 2021 model year. Now making our way to the kitchen. It's a nice kitchen setup. You get solid surface countertops, so all premium features on the inside here. This countertop color was changed in the 21 model year as well. Your sinks, you get dual stainless steel bowl sinks. So one for dirty, one for clean. You do get the retractable faucet head. It does have dual sprayers and hot and cold adjustments. But what's nice with the sink covers is they are very heavy. They are solid surface sink covers, so they fit in place nice and snug, but it's also added cabinet or countertop space. You have a window behind the sink, and then you do have the tower of power right here, 3 additional outlets if needed. For cooking, You have a induction burner as well with 2 gas burners. So gas and electric. If you're not familiar with induction, it uses a magnetic pan to draw the heat, so it's a concentrated heat, but after you're done cooking food, if you put your hand on the burner, it will not be hot because it needs that pan to draw out the heat. But it's nice because you can get water to boil in 30 seconds, make some quick mac and cheese. And there's so many different options with induction cooktops that you can mess around with. And I believe I bought a induction pan at Aldi's and I still use it on the 2 burner, so it works. Whether you're supposed to, I do not know. But backsplash, when you are cooking, it is a tile backsplash, so very easy to clean and maintain. That has a great look to it. And underneath, if you need a place to store your pots and pans, since you don't have an oven, you're able to get this pull-out drawer where you can easily store all of your pots and pans. It's very deep, so you can store a lot inside there. That's the nice thing with not having an oven and giving a convection microwave, because the convection microwave up top does everything a microwave does, but also does everything an oven does. Has a bunch of different features on it. Also has a light underneath. So, that's the fan. Got a nice LED light right there. So you can have some extra light when you're cooking, but you can also have the charcoal filter fan going, so that'll actually just recycle the air through inside here, add some charcoal filters, you're good to go. But talking more about ventilation, up above the kitchen, you are going to have the fantastic fan, so you can have the window open, have the fan on, have the other fan on the microwave going, and get plenty of great circulation inside here when you are cooking. Underneath the sink, that's going to be where your trash can is. Behind that, you're going to be able to access all of your plumbing. Also, one thing to point out, all your plumbing and wiring is accessible. Underneath the cabinets, the bottom of the cabinets, that's where a lot of your wiring is actually ran. You can see a nice place to store your sponges, very deep drawers. So if you have utensils and items you want to store away, a lot of space. Always want to show you all of the storage. Then up above here, you have additional storage above the sink. The nice thing, you do have a 110 outlet plugged in right there. That's where your microwave is plugged in, but you do have 2 shelves. And what was new in 2022, started a little bit before that, is the LED underglow on the countertops. You actually have an LED light strip underneath the countertops, which gives you a really sharp look at night. It's really cool to see. Just gives it a nice accent. And then right here, so this is your switcher panels. So you have these different panels all throughout the motorhome. They basically control the area you're in. They work off of Bluetooth to the main control panel. So it eliminates a lot of weight and wiring, a lot of excessive wiring, but makes it easy because they're removable as well. You can just pull it off, take it with you. And they're just controlled by watch batteries. And you can check on the actual multiplex panel itself, and you can see if they're connected or if they need new batteries. So nice to have. Across from the sink, you've got your residential Whirlpool refrigerator. So it's a very large refrigerator, runs off of the generator, whether you're plugged in, or it is also connected to the inverter. So you have the inverter on, this will be running. And since you have an inverter, you do have auto gen start, which as your battery starts draining while you're using the inverter running the refrigerator, auto gen start kicks on, charges your batteries back up. Now, as you can see inside here, I need to start showing inside of the fridge more, so that way, it's a big feature. You want to see how large this fridge is. And inside the freezer, and that feels good. Ice maker inside. Nice view. And then you do have the latch when you are driving right here, so that way, latch this, lock your fridge doors in place. That way, when you take a turn, you're not going to have a gallon of milk flying out of the refrigerator. Now, pantry space. A lot of pantry space on the RS36. Deep drawers. So you get 5 of these deep drawers right here. Excuse me, 4. That orange wire, that's actually the wire for the multiplex control panel. That's how it plugs into the circuit board. As we go down, next area is going to be your bunk beds. So the RS36 being the new bunk model, Same setup as the RB34 previously with the bunks. So I'm just about 6 foot, 5'11". I fit in nice and perfect inside here. So same exact setup. No TVs, you have the tablet holder. You do have 110 and USB inside each bunk, so here's a better view. You get tablet holder, 110 USB, and a cable connection if you do want to add in a TV inside here and connect it to cable. So you can see the window on the bottom bunk, and you do have a blackout curtain for each window in the bunks. Nice LED light, and there is a push button on those lights, so that way it's not controlled through the control panel. You can just easily, as you're ready for bed, turn off the light. And right here, since it was this just came from the factory, mattresses are still in the wrapper. So the top one of these mattresses goes on the bottom, obviously, but the nice thing with this bunk is it actually goes up. So if you don't want the bunk, you don't have to think of this as a bunk model. Think of it as a closet model or a wardrobe model, because since the bunk folds up, you can lock it into place in the back corner. You have a nice hanging rod in here, and now you just have a very large closet. A lot of hanging room, and you do have solid wood doors, so that way the doors will shut and you can keep everything secured or just give you privacy when you are sleeping at night. And down below here, there is more storage, very large storage. Next area is going to be your bathroom. So you get a nice full bathroom here on the midsection of the RS36. You do have solid shower doors, so you're not going to get stuck to the curtain when you are showering, but a lot of room inside there because you do have the skylight. This is going to be your lock. That locks the shower doors, so when you're driving, you don't have the doors slamming on you. But inside here, give you a good view inside the shower. Large space, stainless steel appliances, but the nice skylight up above to give you some extra headroom. And you got a lot of space inside here. We've had a lot of buddies who are well over 6'5", 6'8", fit in nice and easy. Got a medicine cabinet back here, a nice double mirror. Medicine cabinet gives you deep storage, so if you got large items, it's not going to be hard storing them in the bathroom. You do have 360 siphons. That's what that wrapper says there. So what that means is your black tank, where your sewage goes, it has piping that goes up to the roof with a little outlet on the roof, that the fumes that build up in that black tank will escape out. So basically all the fumes that build up in the tank escape out through the roof. Now your sink area, you get a nice countertop here, so if you do an electric toothbrush, you can just keep the charger up here, and you do have an outlet to connect to. And this box that you see right here, this is your controller for your water heater. So you get the power button, and then you can set your temperature right here. Nice stainless steel sink. And then underneath the sink, that's where your water filter is going to be located. So nice storage underneath the sink. You've got your water filter, and then you can also access your plumbing right here. And Ford does use a PEX piping, so, and they do label it. So your red's going to be your hot, your blue's going to be your cold. Another nice storage space. Store some extra toilet paper right here. And then your toilet is going to be a porcelain toilet. It does have a foot flush. And you can see your towel rack right there. Switch panel. You can control the fan and the lights inside here as well. You can turn on the water pump. And the nice thing with this bathroom is it's fully ventilated. So you have air in, heat in, air out. So there you can see your air inlet, the air going out through the fan, and then the heat is going to come through the bottom. Now over here, a very large storage on the opposite side of the toilet. So Thor's really maximizing the amount of storage space, especially in the bathrooms. The big benefit you have when you can add another foot to a motorhome is you can create a lot more space. This is deep storage. Always nice to have. You got towels, rags, toiletries, nice place to store it. And then you can see that heat inlet as well. Your shower door for the bathroom is going to be a wooden pocket door. So it just does slides shut, and it is a full door. So it is not going to let any fumes escape through the top. So that way you can keep what's in the bathroom in the bathroom. And going to the bedroom area, the really awesome upgrade with the RS36 is it comes with a king-sized walk-around bed. So a very large bed, very easy to get it in, very easy to make. You can see you have nightstands on both sides of the bed with outlets on both sides of the bed. So you have a 110 outlet and a USB outlet. So if you have a CPAP machine or if you just want to charge your phones, you can put them right on the nightstand here, plug it in, keep it charged. Your radio controls for the inside of the coach are located right here. Nice storage inside the nightstand, and you are going to have a window. So it's nice when you wake up in the morning, you could roll over, take a view of the mountainside, whatever's next to you, and you do have a blackout curtain there, so that way you can give yourself some privacy at night. And there is another window on the back, so that way you get a great view of whatever's behind you. And also, just always good to have more natural light, and there is a blackout curtain for that window. Storage space up top. You get 3 cabinets over top the bed. Very deep cabinets, so great for storage. I'll show you the third when we go to the other side. You get 2 reading lights. That right there, that's your temperature sensor, and you have 2 speakers underneath the cabinetry on top of the bed. And then a headboard comes with the bed. This is your black diamond decor for the bedspread. The decor changes, the bedspread changes with decor. More storage on the right side, and then the last cabinet right here. And there is a hanging rod right here, so you can hang up some clothes. And then this is a much larger nightstand, much longer, so you can fit more on it. And then more storage down in here. That does go a good bit. Now on the opposite side of the bed, your wardrobe space. So this right here, this is washer dryer prep. So this is prepped for a combo unit washer or dryer. Underneath that panel right there is where you're going to access the plumbing and the outlet, so which is right there. These are new. This is the ladder to get into the front bunk. It's a telescoping bunk ladder, so it's always kind of, where do you store your bunk ladder? You always got these big ladders. Now it's really easy. They just collapse down into itself and easy to store away. So nice feature to have. Nice hanging curtain. If you don't want to use the combo unit washer dryer, you got some more closet space. And there is one more cabinet door that is with LED lighting and a hanging rod. And then underneath those cabinets is going to be drawers. And then these are going to be larger drawers down below. Large drawers. You can fit a lot of clothes inside here. Just want to make sure you see everything. You can see the wires for my audio. You are seeing everything. Another drawer there, and then the last drawer here. You have a nice countertop across from the bed underneath the TV. So if you have a laptop or you just want to store all your cell phones, everything right in the back here, you can plug in. You got 110 and you have a USB outlets, 2 USB outlets. That way you can plug any appliances in back here. You get a nice window across from the bed, so that's your third window in the bedroom. So a lot of natural light and great view. If you look at the TV, that comes across from the bed. Nice 32-inch flat panel TV, and this does come up. So if you want more storage, you got storage behind the TV, or if you got a PlayStation, Xbox, you've got DVD players, you can store it back here and plug it directly into the TV. And then the switch panel for the bedroom is located right here. It's gonna have more of the main features. Like, I wanna give you a view of the bed just from the back corner, just so you can get a good view. You do have a wooden pocket door that does give you privacy and fully closes off the bedroom area, so that way you can have your own space. Your flooring, it's residential vinyl flooring. It's one sheet of residential vinyl that's secured around the edges, so that way you do not get any bubbling, tearing as the motorhome flex is going down the road, because it's secured around the edges. I've brought the slides in so you can see this. Another added convenience with the RS36, if you get tired when you're driving, you just want to pull off real quick, but don't want to get the slides out. When the slide is completely in as it is now, you get a full walkway all the way to the back bedroom. And you'll notice you can jump in bed with the slides in. You don't even have to get the slide out. Let's go over your multiplex control system. So this controls all of the motorhome. Really convenient because it eliminates a lot of wiring and really easy to navigate. So your home screen here has all your master controls, lights on or off. You can see your fresh, gray, black, and propane tank levels, and it does give percentages. You have water pump on or off. You can start or stop your generator. Remember to start your generator, hold it in the stop position to prime it, and then hold the start position to get it running. Your AGS, you can activate it from the home screen. House and chassis battery levels, see the temperature inside the coach, control the front shade and lights master on or off. Second page is auto gen start. So this turns on or off the generator based on time, temperature, or voltage. All the settings are preset from the factory, but really easy to navigate. If a national park or a campground has a quiet time where you can't run the generator, set the quiet time right here to 11 p.m. That you can start the generator back up at 7 a.m. Set it, but you can adjust all the times for it to start back up. So in this case, generator can run all day, shut off at 11 p.m., start back up at 7 a.m. Same thing for voltage. If you're running the inverter to power the refrigerator or the outside kitchen or some outlets, you can set the generator start at 12.5 volts. So whenever the battery level, the auxiliary battery levels drop below 12.5 volts, generator kicks on and charges it up to whatever you have it set to stop at, which right now is 14 volts. So when it hits 14 volts, generator shuts off, and you can adjust the amount of time you want it to run past it hitting that voltage. So time at stop volts, you can run it for an additional 20 minutes. After it reaches 14 volts, goes in increments of 5. You can do minimum generator runtime, maximum generator runtime, and the amount of retries. Then you can go to HVAC load and have it based off of temperature. This right here is going to be your lights. You control all the lights individually in the motorhome. You can, before you go outside and get stuff out of storage, hit your cargo light, step, awning. You can turn all your lights on easily. If they have an arrow on it, that means it is able to dim. So you hold the button, and as you hold it, the lights will dim. Fans, you have your kitchen and your bath fan. So you can turn them on right here, open the vent for the fantastic fan. Your slides, so for the slide to operate, you need the motor running, parking brake engaged, because the slides run off of the chassis battery. Big thing to always remember is run the slide all the way out, all the way in. If you ever stop halfway, you want to resynchronize the motors, and to do that, you hit the extend and retract button 6 times and hold it on the 6. You always want to start the opposite way you're going. So I'd hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, and as you hold it, let it run all the way out or all the way in, and make sure every time you hold it another 3 to 5 seconds after it goes all the way out or all the way in to make sure it goes fully in or out. You have your awning as well. One touch, your awning goes out. One touch, your awning goes in. Easy to figure out. You don't have to hold it the entire time. So it makes setup and tear down much easier. Temperature. So you've got the temperature right here. I just turned on the air conditioning right before I made this video, so it's still hot inside here. You get 2 13.5 BTU roof air conditioners. Now, those are controlled independently, so you can just turn on the cool, set the temperature you want, hit auto. Air conditioning units will turn on or off as needed to keep it cool inside here. Remember, keep it 15 degrees colder than the temperature outside. Anything more than that, you're gonna make the air conditioning run too hard, especially on really hot days, and it'll probably not cool it down enough in time, and you might have the air conditioning units, the coils freeze up, and then you're blowing hot air inside the coach, and you gotta wait for that to defrost. So what I recommend is you're driving to the campsite, have your generator run, turn on your ACs, cool down the coach. The night before, plug it in, keep it cool. Or the morning of, 7, 8 a.m., you're enjoying your coffee. The sun starts coming up, pull down the shades, stop opening up the door, trap that cold air inside here. Because remember, whenever it's hot inside here, you gotta cool down the sidewalls, the roof, the floor, the insulation, and then cool the internal air. So it takes some time. Now, inside here, on the settings page, you have a mobile app. The mobile app is the Vega Touch Mira app. That's going to control all of the motorhome, this entire panel right here, from your smartphone. So it's really nice feature to have, because if you're parked next to a park bench or a low-hanging tree limb, you can go outside, turn on the app, and get your slide out from the mobile app. It works off of Bluetooth, so that way you got to be within a certain distance. But what's nice, just wake up, middle of the night, you want to change the temperature, turn on your phone, open up the app, change the temp. Really easy. Switch panel info, you can see all the info, the diagnostics for the switch panels that are located throughout the motorhome, controlled off Bluetooth. If you need to reconnect one, really easy to do. Just hold the one you want, then on the switch panel itself, just press 2 buttons and it'll reconnect. You can change the screen brightness. You can also go into a cleaning mode. What the cleaning mode does is that's going to, you just hit it, the entire screen goes blank, and that way if you want to take a Lysol wipe or something, you can just clean off the screen. In the entryway here, right into the step well, a lot of your main controls, you have the switch to turn on or off the step if you want to leave it in place. Your main power switch, whenever you are camping, you want to have this on. Your batteries will be on, so that way you can turn the lights on, have the control panel activate. This right here is your inverter controls. So this is your 1800 watt pure sine wave Xantrax inverter control. To turn it on, hit the button, it's on. Refrigerator's running, out, all the outlets that are inverted will be on. Solar controller, it is a Go Power 10 amp solar controller. It has 12 gauge wiring going up to the roof where the solar panel is already mounted up top, and then 12 gauge wiring going to the battery compartment underneath the steps. This right here is another switch panel. It is removable. It has the awning controls, lights, cargo awning lights, and then lights master on or off. And then you have some heat outlets as well. Now I would get up on the roof here, but it just torrential downpoured. So you can see you have dual 13,500 BTU roof air conditioners. There's your back conditioner. There's your front. You have a 100 watt solar panel already mounted up top. See the skylight to the shower. The vents inside, your fantastic fan air vent. You can see your 360 siphons, then your Winegard Connect 2.0 4G LTE hotspot up front. You'll also notice you have awning toppers standard over all of your slide outs. So that's a standard feature. And then here you can see the seamless design on the roof material.